Hi again then guys, and welcome to another installment of Heavy Hitters on Forza Horizon 3, the review series for all things off-roader, big or heavy. Vans, trucks, SUVs, buggies even, and this vehicle is a rally raid type vehicle. It's the Mini All-4 Countryman. I personally love this car. It took me a fair while to get around to buying it on Horizon 3, but when I finally did, I absolutely loved it. Now, with that being said, there are certain things about this car which I don't necessarily think are entirely as it should be. It's extremely heavy, but that's not uncommon for a rally raid vehicle. It does weigh almost 2 tons, but one of the biggest qualms which I have about this car is the price. 875,000 credits is a massive price for this car, and although I personally am happy with purchasing it, whether or not it actually has that value for money is another question entirely. So let's break down each of our 5 categories to see, at least for me of course, how I would compare this to the other cars in this kind of category: SUVs, trucks, competition, spec, off-roaders, all that kind of thing. Well, first up, of course, we have the handling. And for the handling on this car, despite the fact that it's very tall, which isn't necessarily conducive to cornering, and it's very heavy, almost 2 tons, I'm going to give it a full 5, because it handles itself extremely well. It's so fun to drive, even in stock form. It's actually one of the most fun cars in this category for my personal driving style. I love how enjoyable it is to throw this car over jumps and through corners, and I'm sure other people feel that way about different cars, but overall I'm going to give it a full 5. As far as the acceleration goes, I'm going to give it a 3, and the reason for that is because even though when it's tuned it's pretty good, but in stock form it's not great. It's not slow as such, but it's only got around 300 horsepower, so it really does need tuning, and it's already in the A class, so it's not fantastic from that regard. As far as top end speed as well, I'm giving it another 3, because although you can tune it stock with a racing gearbox in effect already, you can still only get around 140 or 150 miles per hour out of it. When you fully tune it, of course you can go way faster. If memory serves, it's around 210, 220, that kind of speed, but you do need to heavily tune it to get that kind of speed. As far as value for money, I'm going to have to give it another 3 again, which isn't actually that bad given the price, and the reason why I'm still giving it a 3 instead of, for instance, a 2 is because although, yes, it is extremely expensive, I would say probably too expensive, $500,000 would have been perfectly acceptable for this car, it is at the end of the day a very competitive car. It's a competition spec machine after all, and it can definitely give any other off-roader in the game a fantastic run for its money, both on and especially off-road. And as far as usability, I'm actually going to round it off with another 3 again, because although the class is already A, you can tune it up to S1, which is a relatively limited window in those classes as an off-roader, and especially as a big heavy vehicle, it has definite use. But overall, that means that I'm going to give the X-Raid Countryman a score of 68. But that's it for this pick overall. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.